Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 29 and today we're back for a massive game for our county as we're playing in the One Day Cup final, hoping to lift the Royal London One Day Trophy. It would be a massive achievement for us and we're hoping to play a key role in the final after managing to do so in the semi-final and in the first class season so far. We are in decent form this season and really have started to find consistency, so hopefully that will continue today and lead into us having a major trophy to celebrate. So if we go and have a look at the standings to confirm, we will move along to show this is the final, it is the big occasion, and hopefully Headingley will be rocking and allow us to get over the line. Home advantage is something we probably shouldn't have in the final, but we're not going to complain on this occasion. But very quickly before we do so, I've got to show you the first class game we played off camera, just so you know what sort of form we're in. And obviously a massive thank you to everyone that continues to support the series. I really do appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe for regular content from this series and our daily FM19 videos. And of course, if you're not up to date with this story so far, then please do click on the eye above to go back and catch up from the start. But let's go and have a look at our recent games. Of course, I'm looking at completely the wrong thing there. So let's go and try and find the County Cup. And I think we're in Division 2. And the last game we played was against Worcestershire. And we did win it by 5 wickets. We weren't in brilliant form in this one. We certainly didn't do anything spectacular. You can see Joe Root, the England captain, was the hero. But we didn't have a shocking game either. So Worcestershire chose to bat first. They put 388 on the board. Moeen Ali was bowled by us again. We seem to have his number in this career, and it was one of 2 wickets we took, although it was for 48 runs, an economy of over 2, something that's a little bit rare for us. Then in Yorkshire's first innings we made 32, that off 46 balls. Not a disastrous start, but our teammate Harry Brook really is struggling opening the batting, and as a result I'm often being partnered with Root and Leaning, and are having to protect them from the strike early on, which means we are getting out to the odd good ball. The second innings wasn't quite so good for us. In terms of our bowling, we took none for 14, 12 overs and a really good economy, but Worcestershire still made 299. And that left us needing nearly 300, and we did make a little bit of a contribution, but again we weren't the main one to our success. We just made 38 off 44 balls. Again this one was frustrating because we got out trying to drive outside off stump, again to the spinner. It's something we've done so often and I really did find it disappointing. But Joe Root came to the rescue again. Our opening partner out for a duck, another single figure score for him, and I'm not sure how long he'll last at the top there, as he hasn't been making scores for a while. But the rest of the batting order looks pretty healthy, and I managed to get a decent score, an average of 35 in that game, something I'm not going to complain about. And that leads us into this game in pretty decent form. Of course we did brilliantly in the semi-final for Yorkshire, and we've been in good form generally this year, so I really am hopeful moving into the game as we made some improvements to our skills as well. We got an extra batting ability point and we moved our control up to 4. We want to make sure it's as high as possible because we're that sort of player who just nudges it around. We're not really playing the explosive shots, and as a result we want full control of our body. So that's a really important one for us. But let's go and get into this Northamptonshire game and see if we can win the One Day Cup final. I've no idea what the weather's going to be like. Hopefully the pitch will be consistent. 2 really evenly matched sides. Northamptonshire got the edge with the bat, but we've got the edge with the ball apparently, and the fielding could make all the difference, so we'll wait and see if it does. It's a medium standard pitch at Headingley, a more respectable 23 degrees, and we're going to go and get into the match, and we'll be back in a moment with the toss. Okay, we're back for the toss at Headingley. Joe Root's flipping the coin. Northamptonshire have called tails. Let's see what it is. I really want to bat first. Northamptonshire have won the toss, so it's in their captain's hands. Is he going to bat or bowl? They always make this take ages. Very tense, but they've chosen to bowl. So we're going to be opening the batting, and we'll be back in a moment to face the first ball. Here we go then, first ball. It's around the wicket for a right-hander, or is he a lefty actually? It's a short ball to try and tempt us, but we're just going to leave that through to the keeper. I know it's a one-day match, but I still don't want to be taking risks to the short ball. In the final, scores are normally a little bit lower, so we've just got to make sure we get a respectable score and hope the pressure of chasing gets to Northamptonshire. This one's outside off, so the same again. We're in no rush to get off the mark. Headingley's looking fantastic. It seems to gradually fill up as the match goes on, so absolutely no complaints about that, as we're still on strike for the third ball. Of course, we're partnered by Gary Balance in the short form of the game, rather than the partner Harry Brook, who we've struggled with in first class cricket, and as we see out half an over of dot balls, we're just waiting for one that drifts to the leg pads. If we can do that, we can flick it away. There's a vacant area at mid-wicket, or to the square region, and there it is, it crashes to the boundary. And if we were worried about how well we were going to hit it in this final, the nerves are not showing at all. The first one that drifts towards the pads, and we thunder it off the middle to the boundary. 4 runs off 4 balls. What a decent start that is. We've looked solid, we've not been under pressure, and we've got just 2 balls left to face this over. This one drifts again, but we don't quite connect as well. It hit us high on the bat and almost on the handle actually. So we do well to get a single, and Gary Balance faces the last ball of the over. We've got New Zealand international Tim Southey coming in now. He's going over the wicket though, which we prefer. Full delivery, which we often struggle with, but not on this occasion. Again thumped away to the boundary. 8 runs for us, and they've both come in boundaries. No quick runs between the wicket. Just that one easy single off the 5th ball of the last, before Gary Balance defended the final ball. That one goes across our body though. We've got to be careful with those. One outside edge and we could be out early. And when we're playing as well as this, we don't want that to happen. The ground is starting to slightly fill up as Tim Southey gives us one on leg stump, but we don't connect with it well at all, and we're going to be lucky if we can get 2 here. Fortunately, the fielder's a little bit slow around, and we managed to get back quite comfortably. Yorkshire move into double figures, as do we, as we've scored all the runs. Here comes Southey again though, persisting over the wicket. That's a fantastic delivery though. What you expect to see more of from the right-hander, but he does a brilliant job with that one, and we're completely beaten by the delivery. This one's back on leg stump though, and it's easy enough to get away for a single. We're not going all out attack here, we're not going outside off stump. Again, I've been hindered slightly because I got out in the first class game that way, so I am having to be a bit more conservative and wait for the right deliveries. Gary Balance saw out another dot ball, and we're back for the start of the third over. It's a 3D coming in, and again it's on the stumps. We managed to get it away, and it beats the fielder at square as well. Just about goes for 4. What a fantastic start this has been. Second ball of the over then. Can we find the boundary again somehow? We can't, as this one drifts away. Really good swing early on, and it's a dot ball for a 3D, and it was much needed based on his start. We're on 16 off 12, looking really good, and again it means we haven't failed as we get another single to the leg side. Not many singles so far by our standards, but a few boundaries to start off the innings. We've got Gary Balance back on strike, and hopefully he'll get off the mark now. He hasn't, he's seen off 3 dot balls. Maybe the nerves are getting to him a little bit, but Tim Southey continues over the wicket. This one's full and on the stumps, and we crash it away to our favoured leg side. Another boundary surely, and we move into the 20s. In he comes again though. Really good run rate so far, going at 6.5 and over, and it's going to go up now because that's reaching the boundary too, is it? It's not, it's going to be cut off, but it's going to be an easy 3 runs. Oh dear, we're back for the start of the 5th over. Gary Balance is no longer our partner. He got 2 runs before being bowled LBW. The nerves of the final get into our partner. Jack leaning now out alongside us, but he saw off 2 dot balls, meaning we're back on strike with lots of pressure on our young shoulders. I'm so obsessed with taking responsibility in this match and being the hero for Yorkshire in the final, and hopefully we'll be able to do so as we leave one just outside off stump, and it narrowly misses the top of the stumps. Second ball from a 3D, still no risk outside off stump. That one swings away and beats us as we almost get an edge on it. Can we do any better with the third then? Really need to try and find a run from somewhere. What a shot that is. I know it's our usual leg side boundary, but that thundered away. It was a brilliant connection. High on the bat, but right in the middle. And it just skipped along very quickly. The fielder got nowhere near it. 4 runs, and again the pressure's off for the over, as we managed to get that boundary pretty early on. 3 balls left now to make sure we see out. That one's miles outside off stump, so we're going to leave them through to the keeper. 2 balls left for a freebie then. He charges on and gets onto our stumps again. This one we can flick away. Surely that's not reaching the boundary. It's a really poor shot and it has been cut off. But another 2 runs, and it's getting also very easy outside leg stump. It's a freebie coming in for the last delivery. Can we score a run off the last? We're not even taking a risk to the short ball. Yorkshire 32 for 1 after 5 overs. I always feel it's important to show you the early deliveries, as leaning's got off the mark at the other end, just so you can see the sort of form we're in and how well we're hitting the ball, our decision making when we're leaving. But from this point on, as we add another 2, as we get the dot balls and we're leaving deliveries, we will obviously leave them off, just to make sure you see the exciting moments. 32 now off 22 balls though. We've reached our objective of scoring 500 runs, and there's a little bit of space on the leg side still, so we should be able to get at least 1 here. It's a poor connection with the shot though, as we played it a little too late. Halfway through the Southie over then, still space to flick on the leg side, and we do so knowing it will be just 1. Jack Leaning will get a couple of shots here. Leaning managed just 2 off the last 2 balls. Pretty consistent stuff from him. A freebie bowled a short one to start the over, and another that needed defending there. The run rate's just starting to slow up slightly now, as he's bowling well outside off stump, and I think we're going to have to stop leaving them, because they're going too close to the stumps for comfort. So I think we are going to defend on the stumps here. Short ball which we duck out the way of, and it's gone all the way through to the boundary. 4 byes in the final without playing a shot. We couldn't have asked for much more. Final ball then for a freebie. Can we find a run from somewhere? We do get a single to the leg side, so going with the 4 wides is still 5 off the over, and a really good start for Yorkshire. Tim Southey's back in the attack, and there is big space on the leg side here. Can we get one to the boundary? Very easy, just like that. They've left our favourite region vacant, and we've managed to hit 4 off the first ball. Will they plug the gap now? They don't, they leave it the same, so a chance to get 2 in a row perhaps. Just as we were worrying about the strike rate, we're being gifted a couple of deliveries. We've hit exactly the same shot, but it's not beat the fielder, and we have to scamper back to get there before the ball. Here comes Southey again then. 3rd ball of the over, just to the leg side, not the perfect delivery, but we managed to get 2 of it. If it beats the fielder, how has he not cut that one off? It doesn't reach the boundary in the end, but 1's been turned into 2 by a really poor bit of fielding. That takes us on to 40 in quick time off just 33 balls, and Yorkshire reach 50 as well, which shows how important we've been. And then we get gifted a full delivery. We absolutely love those. Thunders to the boundary off the international bowler, and we move on to 44. I'm really starting to enjoy facing Tim Southey. He's been very expensive early in this match, and he's still bowling over the wicket, though that one was a fantastic ball. Just went across the bat, and we almost got an edge on it. Final ball of the over then, just the 1 man on the leg side still, and we beat him, and it's going to go to the boundary, and we'll finish the over on 48. How important have we been for our side, as we're just 2 away from a half century? The same problem again now though, as Leaning gets a single to get off strike. We're facing spin for the first time, which obviously caught us out in a first class game, so no risk now. The run rate will slightly slow, but we get another single there and move on to 49. He sees off the rest of the over, all in dot balls, and now 1 away from our half century. We're facing the seamer. It's a short ball and we have to get out the way to make sure we don't lose our wicket at a crucial time. Once we get to 50, we'll start to rethink about how we want to approach the innings long term. Only 1 wicket down down, I think we can still be aggressive, as this one goes to the leg side. We move on to 50, and what a time to do it. We've scored nearly all the runs for our Yorkshire side, and what a fantastic time to show our form. 50 off 39 balls, 8 boundaries contributing most of the runs, and what a fantastic innings this has been for Yorkshire. We will go and see off a couple more overs, and then if we're going to be in long term, we'll split it into 2 episodes again and hopefully reach a century. But the spinner's back in now, and I'm a little bit concerned, but he bowls an awful ball outside leg stump, and it's very easy for us to get a single and get off strike against our least favourite bowler. Here we go against the spinner again then. They've plugged the leg side, so we'll have to be careful. We've managed to beat the man at square though. He'd just come in and we've beaten him, and that's going to be 4 runs. The only slight gap in the field, and we've managed to find it perfectly. I had no intention of doing that, as look what's happened at the other end. We've got Joe Root in on 9 off 9, as Leanin faced another 5 dot balls, and then got himself bowled by the spinner. So now we've been partnered by the England captain. He seems to have started well as well, so hopefully we can build a massive partnership and lead Yorkshire to victory. Again to the leg side, this time what we were trying to do the first time, just a single to the man in the deep, and we continue to rotate the strike. Oh dear, it's all gone wrong now. We're back to face the spinner again. Joe Root's got himself out for 14, and to Tim Southey as well. I didn't realise it was Dinesh Karthik on wicket-keeping duties, and now we've been joined by David Willey. He's on 4 off 3 runs. So we will see off the last 2 overs of the first power play, and then we'll probably leave the episode here and try and come back, as we have to be more defensive to make sure we've got a wicket or 2 at the end. Well, we're facing the dangerous spinner again. As we said, we're now joined by David Willey, as Joe Root managed to get himself out too. And that one's a perfect line outside off, so we're forced into a defensive shot to start the over. We will see off these last 2 of the power play, then we will show the rest next episode, providing we're still in of course. It could all go wrong in the next few deliveries, though we managed to get a good single there. The problem is though, they're getting wickets easily at the other end, and we're running out of partners as we lose one again. Adam Life is in at the other end, as David Willey got out for 4. The very next delivery he lost his wicket, and now Adam Life's here on 6. So it looks like it's Life and Bairstow to save the day again, but hopefully we can contribute with them. I'm really upset because I was enjoying playing aggressively, but now we're going to have to be a lot more tempered just to make sure that we stay in and don't lose our wicket and run out of partners. We don't want Yorkshire to lose all their wickets. We've got to see out the 50 overs. The run rate's still 6 and over, so no problems with that one at all, but we're starting to lose a bit of form as well, as we rush one there and it goes straight to the fielder. That one doesn't beat him either. 2 dot balls as the pressure builds. 4 balls to go now, and we've got one on leg stump, and again it's beaten the fielder just. I was about to say it didn't beat him, but he just missed it and it's gone to the boundary. A much needed 4 for Yorkshire, and we're now just 1 boundary away from 100. We're on 61 off 47 balls. We've been absolutely fantastic in this innings, but our partners have all very much let us down, as we get a short one over our head, which for the first time we swing at. It's given us a wide, but we lost our discipline there, and that's something I'm a little bit worried about. But it's Southey coming in again. 2 wickets for his 47 runs. We've scored most of those runs off him too, but that one's a perfect delivery, and we just have to defend it for a dot ball. 2 balls left then. Can we see them out? We're back into survival mode now. A boundary takes Yorkshire to 100, which would be a nice way to finish the episode, but a dot ball there means it's very unlikely. We've just got to make sure we don't lose our wicket. Final ball of the power play and the episode then. Can we survive it on leg stump? We try to run a single, but it doesn't beat the fielder, so we're just going to have to settle for 3 dot balls, which isn't the best finish to the over. So let's go and have a look at the scorecard, see who we're going to be facing. Adam Life has survived the next 4 balls, even though they're against the spinner, and that's going to be our first delivery of the next episode, something that could be a little concerning. But a decent episode personally, although not a very good one for our side. After 16.4 overs of the final, Yorkshire are 100 without loss. We've been brilliant and added 61 of those runs, off just 50 deliveries as well. But our partners are falling like skittles again. Balance, Leanin, Root and Willey, 4 really experienced players, and they've all fallen very quickly. Joe Root did look promising at the start, but again he's gone before he could get settled, and now we're hoping that Adam Life and Johnny Bairstow will be able to join us for the rest of the session. So we'll be back in the next episode to finish our innings, and of course see if we end up winning the final. Fingers crossed we can go and get a big century. What an occasion it would be to do it. But we have got to be a little more conservative now, particularly because we can't afford to lose any more batsmen, as after the two in at the moment and Johnny Bairstow, there's no one else who can really help out. So that's going to be an interesting one, and I hope you'll come and join me for that. But if you did enjoy our start to this innings and a fantastic half century we've made so far, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments the approach you think I should take next time round. Do you think I should go for a slightly more aggressive approach as we were at the start of the innings, or should I continue to rotate the strike and trust our two batsmen and then go mad if they both get out? Subscribe to the channel for 3 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. A massive thank you to everyone that continues to support the series, as well as the Ashes Test playthrough we did beforehand. I can't thank you enough for giving it a try, and I really do appreciate you watching. There's also daily FM19 content from my long-term One Club story. We're trying to take Torquay United to the top of English and European football, and it's certainly been an eventful few weeks in that one, so do go back and catch up if you're not up to date. And then FM20's just been announced as well, so we have some reaction to features coming up over the next few weeks, as well as our plans for the game, so we'll be sharing details of those over the next few weeks. Then finally our Snooker 19 career continues. That's every Friday at 4:30. We're in the final tournament of our series now as we play in the Snooker World Championships. We're looking to end the season in style and emulate Ronnie O'Sullivan by winning the world title, although it's going to be a long tough road. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support as always. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for a really important episode as we try to push on and get 100 and take Yorkshire to a respectable title.